Sportsline thinks that Georgia takes this thing no problem by 9. Pretty solid 28-19 score. Randy, how you feeling on this one?
Well, Georgia's favored in this game by a pretty good amount, and I think a lot of it people are looking at is they're the number 3 rushing team in the SEC, and Florida has shown pretty effectively they can't deal with the run that well. They're 11th in the SEC, and that's where it's at. In a rivalry game like this, it's about who's the most physical, who deals with that the best, and it's not about the quarterbacks and the toys. No. It's about the line of scrimmage, and Georgia has the edge there.
I agree with that. I agree with the fact that this is going to be a test of physicality, right? This has been the case almost all season long in the SEC. We saw Florida do just that to LSU. LSU responded the next week against Georgia. Now that Georgia's felt a little taste of their own blood, I think they're going to man up and deliver. I think it's a case of simplify and intensify, and I think the Dogs get it done.
I agree. I've never seen a turnaround up front on the line of scrimmage like I saw in Game 1 last year, Auburn, Georgia, to what we saw in the championship game. They came out frothy and were physical and dominant. They've been struggling on the offensive line, moving a lot of people around when Ben Cleveland went down, Kate Bays came in, and just trying to figure out what they're doing. I think they got to commit to the run. They got away from it too early against LSU. They were averaging 6.5 yards per carry, had 69 yards on 11 carries in that first quarter, then nothing. They've got to run the football, control the line of scrimmage, put Jake Fromm back in the situation where he is, because that also nullifies Florida's biggest strength, which is pinning their ears back and getting after the passer. 21 sacks this year. If you're in 2nd and 8, you ain't ever going to get a pass.
Right. You mentioned it and when you were talking about this game as, you know, Florida, they were crash tested and they won versus LSU, and Georgia was a crash dummy. and LSU just manhandled them up front. Coming into the season, one of the main reasons I liked Florida, and a lot of people looking at me like I was crazy, because the strength and conditioning, they upgraded that. And you look at these guys up front from today as opposed to a season ago, they're bigger and they're stronger. And yes, they have struggled in the rush defense department. But they got just gouged last year. 292 they allowed, 4 rushing touchdowns to Georgia. I think Florida comes to play in this one. They've had a week off, and they've been working on their technique, striking and shedding, and they're going to be ready.